Sorry. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of Sahibat. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Vishwapalla Srivastav. He's a male rape survivor, and today he will be discussing his story with us.
Hello, hi
Over.
Rudra.
Hi.
All right, so this is the first time that I'm talking about this in an open forum, in a public forum. So I would be a little uncomfortable. So you would have to take the lead, and you might have to ask me questions to kind of like get me to start talking.
Okay. So, what happened that day?
Okay. So this was when I was in grade 11, and I was in Vishakhapatnam, and there were three seniors in my hostel. They basically had completed their grade 12, and they were basically leaving. They were leaving for good, and I was coming back to my hometown from Vishakhapatnam the same day. So we all had our off that we all were leaving our hostel that day to go to our respective hometowns. And well, I was supposed to come back, but I mean they were not. And I was, my train was the farthest, so and also I was supposed to go from Vishakhapatnam all the way to Chhattisgarh, because my parents were posted there at that time. And they were all localites, so they could pretty much leave whenever they wanted to, and there were buses that they had to take. So they were kind of hanging around, and I was the last person in the hostel, because I was the only North Indian in the entire hostel. Like, there was no other Hindi speaking person in the entire hostel. Most people had left. I was the only one, only junior who was left in the hostel. And you know they had teased me before. They had made fun of me. They had mocked me a few times. But then, being gay, you kind of get used to it, and you don't really make a fuss about it. So they would keep doing that now and then, throughout the year. I never really like paid much attention to that. Um, but that day, I don't know what happened. I mean, they were being particularly like, um, particularly intrusive. Like, they opened my, I had a trunk. I had a big metallic trunk. वो the संदूक वाला trunk होता है ना, the one in which you put a lock, like the Indian one. It's a huge one. We used to have it. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes.
So I had that
Yeah.
trunk, and they kind of like, forced me to like give my key to them. They opened it up. They, went through all of my stuff. Opened up all of my food, like food and packaged food that I had got from home. Took out my clothes and threw it everywhere. Searched for my wallet. Took out money from my wallet. And I was like, and they were like trying to like hold me back and pin me down. And they kept calling me homo, and some other words in Telugu, which I just knew the word. I just knew a few words from those slangs, so I know that they were slangs. But on purpose, although they knew English, on purpose they were talking to me and to each other in in Telugu. And uh, and then I think one of them tried to like, I don't know why, but while one of them was holding me from behind, like holding my hand from behind like this, the other one like tried to like undress me because he felt it was funny. And then it kind of started like that. So they tried to undress me, and it was funny for them. And then one of them tried to insert their finger inside my anus. And then they inserted a pen inside my anus. And I don't know, then then that I think was the point. After that, it kind of became more and more violent. and these three boys kind of took turns um, basically uh,
To rape you.
raping me. Yeah, so um, they kind of forced me to have perform oral sex with them. They forced me to they forced anal sex on me. um, yeah, and it kind of like went for quite some time. Uh, I think it started, I think I remember around, what time was it? I finished my exam and I came back. I think maybe it was 11:30 or 12 that I reached hostel, and I was thinking that I will pack a few things and I will go and have lunch, like downstairs in the mess, in the pantry. I would have lunch. So I went up very quickly to have my food, to like pack a few things, and then like I was planning to go down. But I remember then that I woke up at around 7 o'clock, and like the rape kind of went for a long enough time that I lost consciousness in between. Like I kept fainting and I kept waking up because of the pain, and I kept fainting and I kept waking up again, and I would faint again. I mean, it kind of like went. I bled. I was bleeding a lot from my mouth and from my anus. Um, yeah, I mean, it was like I just, they spat on my mouth. They pulled my hair so hard that some of the hair kind of like came out off, like it kind of came off in like, that's how harshly they pulled my hair. They used a lock, my own lock actually. It was my lock. The lock of my sanduk, my metal, you know, briefcase. They used that to beat
Mhm.
me. They used that, and they kept hitting me with it. And I could not
Mhm.
understand why they were doing it. There was also a warden in the room. He was a young guy, warden, and he did not do anything. Like I kept looking at him. I kept asking him, to like stop them in the beginning.
Help you out.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
did not stop. He just laid on his side of one of the
Bed.
bunk beds. Yeah, we had bunk beds in the room. We were like 12 people, like in the same room. So everybody else had left. These three seniors were there, the warden and me. We were the only ones there in the room. And so he did not even do anything. I just remember I just kept remember them, like at times in between they kept saying North Indian, North Indian, North Indian. So I don't understand. Maybe it was there, when people take advantage of someone or they abuse someone, they normally need a reason for it. I think their reason was to kind of, you know say that, oh, I'm a North Indian, and that was their reason to hate me. And so therefore, it is their they maybe in their head they justified what they did to me, because I deserved it, because I was a North Indian living in South India, and the only North Indian in the hostel. Uh, yeah, it was I came back, and then I woke up and I gained consciousness, and all they had done was they had picked the bed sheet from my bunk bed, from my top bunk bed. They just had picked the bed sheet, and they had kind of like put it on me. That's all. So I was lying there with my t-shirt, torn, my underwear, my pant being somewhere, my underwear somewhere. I was just lying naked. The door was open completely, and but nobody. I don't understand how this happened. Like they closed the door when the rape was happening, but I don't know when they left. When I gained consciousness, the door was open, and I was like, has nobody seen me lying here? How is that possible? How is it possible that nobody saw me and nobody came to help me? But apparently nobody came. By the time I left the hostel, it was, I think, you know, I took a shower and then I just packed a few things and I left everything there. And I just had 50 rupees um, in my wallet. Um, so I bought samosas because I was very hungry at the railway station. And usme se bhi one, I mean, anyway, all that is like, beside the point. But, I just wanted to get back home, and my home was like 23 hours away in the train. And nobody, like, even in the train, like, people saw that I was in a bad shape. Uh, because, I had, this part had ripped off. Yes, it was torn from here. And so, like, people could see that, it's torn from here. And I used to be clean shaven at that time, so they could see that this part is torn. I had bruises. I was not walking properly. I was not able to sit properly. My hand was hurting here. My leg was hurting. um, my jaw was hurting. My head was hurting. But and so, like, nobody, like, really, like, asked or helped or did anything. I just, like, took an auto, reached the railway station. That costed me somewhere, I think, about 20 rupees at that time. Then I was left with 30 rupees. From that, I think 10 rupees worth of 10 rupees, I got two samosas. I just had those two samosas. And then I was just left with 20 rupees in my pocket. And in those 20 rupees, I was supposed to go from Vishakhapatnam to Korba, Chhattisgarh by train. So at that time, I think I was just in a state of shock. It took me a very, very long time to, it took me 3.5 years of therapy to kind of come to a point where uh, I could talk about it with people that I love. So I did not tell that I I was probably like 17 when this happened to me, 16 or 17. The first time I talked about it was when I was 26 or 27. So for 10 years, I did not tell even one human being about it. Not one person. Not my parents. Um, Nobody. It was after.
Did you not think that you should complain police about this after all this happened?
See, I read about it, and apparently there is this, this, at least the statistics is this, that every 15 minutes a woman when a woman reports, there is a female rape that is reported every 15 minutes. Every 9-ish minutes a man is raped. So actually, the cases of men being raped is more than the reported case of men being raped is more than women. The reported case. I'm not saying that women get raped less or more. There is no competition here. I'm not saying that women have the worst deal or men have a better deal or anything like that. I'm just saying that um, in terms of reporting, 15 men, 15 in every 15 minutes, one man gets raped. Sorry, every 15 minutes, a woman gets raped, and that is reported. And generally, every 15 minutes, a boy or a man is raped. In certain countries, the ratio is higher. In certain countries, the ratio is lower. But that's the average statistics. And honestly
Did
speaking, how much do you hear about it? Like, even when 15, in every 15 minutes, a boy or a man is raped, it's not like you hear about it. It's not in the news. Nobody talks about it. It's not covered. It's not considered. Oh, candle march honge if in the same night there was a boy that was raped and a girl that was raped. The girl's news will come on the cover page, and the boy's news would not even get reported by anyone. And partially it's because of the whole idea of this toxic masculinity, where men have to be men and they have to be macho, and men don't cry. We say in Hindi, no, mard ko dard nahi hota. It's a very common thing that we keep hearing. So there is no point. Even in developed countries, male rape is not reported. If it is reported, it is not taken seriously. So India, there is no chance. And honestly, I have gone through some rape proceedings in India for women, and the same proceedings would happen in a court if when and if men report rape cases, sexual abuse, and it's not pleasant at all. It's horrible. The kind of questions they ask, the kind of inquiry that happens, it's actually very scary. And it took me 10 years to talk about it with my therapist. It took me 3.5 more years to get over it. So I don't have the stamina anymore to fight it. I don't have the stamina to fight it in the court of law. I don't even remember the names of these three guys. I can if I see them, I can recognize them. I will be able to identify who these three guys are, but I don't remember their names. So, and I also don't know like where to go about it. Like, how do I even begin? So I don't want to. I don't want to go about it. I want to let it pass. That's all that I want for myself. I don't have the stamina. I know that a lot of people would not approve of it. My partner, so I'm in a homosexual relationship, and I am consider myself married to a wonderful man, and he has also talked about it with me. He has told me, would I like to report it? Would I like to file an FIR? But even to file that FIR, I will have to go back to Vishakhapatnam. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to Vishakhapatnam again. I don't want to find the right police station and then report it there and then do the remaining proceedings. That's not something that I have the stamina for right now.
So do you still feel paranoid to go out?
Not anymore. I don't feel paranoid anymore, but things like these, they change you. They change you permanently. Um, you are, you're all. I think you're forever broken after that. I don't think you are ever the same person. It kind of breaks you, and that breaking, you can look complete from outside. You can look happy from outside. You can look fine, and you are fine. It's not that there is anything problematic that you face every day, but some things become slightly more pronounced and serious, like having difficulty sleeping. That's one thing that I have to go through even today. And even today,
Do you
if I see like a rape scene in a movie, it completely shatters me. If it doesn't matter whether it's a girl or a guy, if I see a rape case, if I see a rape happening in front of me in a television or in a movie, even that kind of like shakes me so much that I'm not able to come out. It takes me time to come out of it. It takes me a long time. It takes me 5-10 minutes to close everything and like just be by myself. Only then am I able to overcome it. It becomes, it even till today that happens. The other things that happen is, like, I don't like showing my skin in public at all. Like, I'm not comfortable showing my skin in public. um, Not even like, I don't like wearing shorts in public because a part of me doesn't feel comfortable. I cannot show my chest or anything. I have to keep myself covered. Like, I will wear round neck t-shirts so that everything is covered till here. And I would always wear full legs, and I would even cover my, like, I don't even go out wearing slippers or sandals. I cover everything when I go out. I always carry an army knife with me, always. It's there, it's right here. I mean, it literally, wherever I am, the army knife is right beside me, always, from that day. So I think in some ways, I don't think it you can ever, you cannot really ever overcome it. But uh, you just have to get on with life.
What suggestion will you give to the viewers who are seeing this and might have suffered situations like this in their lives?
One thing definitely is that, you know I, y- how do I say this? One thing is that, to whether it's a man or a woman, whether it's a girl or a boy, whether it's a adult or a minor, you know people don't realize that, nobody prepares to be raped. Nobody, like, prepares. You can mentally prepare to, like, to be mobbed on a street. You can even prepare to be lynched in certain parts of India. Mentally prepare yourself. But, you know y- rape is just something that you never talk about. You never prepare for it. It's never a part of, your existence. And so when it happens, it's a shock. You don't know what to do at that time. Like, you don't even know how to fight it. That's how that's how bad it gets, whether it's a girl or a guy, boy or a girl, child or not. And so therefore, if you find someone, or if you know someone who says that they feel sexually violated, or they feel that their personal space uh, has been violated, uh, please take it seriously. That's the first thing. Please take it seriously, because I cannot even tell you, like, how many times I have thought of or tried to kill myself. Because nothing is ever easy after something like this happening to you. And you kind of blame yourself for it. You always blame yourself. A part of you will always blame yourself and say that it's your fault that it happened to you, that you deserve it, that you deserved it for whatever you did. And then your mind will try to find reasons. Like, it will try to fabricate reasons of for why did it happen only to you and not to anybody else. तेरे साथ ही क्यों हुआ? तू लेट क्यों आया? Like, why did you come late from your, why did you not finish your exam on time? Why did you come later? Why did you wait for the second bus? You even think of, like, blame these things at the back of your mind. Okay, oh, it's your fault. And so therefore, if you find someone who says that their space is violated, please take it seriously. Please take them seriously. And the other is that, if you are the one whose space has been violated, my request would be to know that, you know we are we are very capable of overcoming whatever crap is thrown on us. We are capable of it, and there is always someone who has gone through worse. There is always someone who has gone through worse than you have. There is always someone who has gone through worse. So you are not the only one. You're not, you might be the victim. You are the victim, no doubt about that. But you're not the only victim who's surviving. So therefore, a lot of people who go through rape and go through abuse, and they kind of like make it a sob story about themselves, and they blame everything bad that happens in their life to this one case or these few cases. I think we are all capable of overcoming whatever happens to us, no matter how difficult it is. So we should not give hope. You should always try to overcome it. You should always try to look above and beyond it. That is the other thing that I strongly feel. So yeah, these two things would be important.
It, it was really great of you talking about such a brutality that happened with you on a platform where a lot of people will be seeing it probably. And one more thing I would like to add on to all the viewers who will be seeing this, that proper psychological treatment and taking medications for your psychological health is not something you need to run from. I think counseling is a thing that everybody needs in their life, and only the people who are mentally very disturbed are not only the ones who are taking it, it's everyone who needs to take counseling at some point of time. Secondly, one thing that you pointed out was that the society, even if a rape survivor accepts himself, the society does not. So what will you suggest for that, Vishwa?
Uh, Honestly, right now, the more I see the society and the way things are developing, the way mob mentality, lynching, the brutality of rape that is happening these days all over the world, not just in India, all over the world, um, I feel that uh, I don't even know what to say. All I can say is that if we can be a little more aware and a little more sensitive, and as you rightly said, I had I not gone for therapy for 3.5 years, I don't think I would have been able to overcome it. It took me 3.5 years of a lot of hard work to overcome it. It was not easy. My therapist and I had to like spend a lot of time. I had to spend a lot of money to make to and do a lot of diary writing, lot of meditating. I had to do a lot of things to overcome it, and all of it I had to do together, because so it's like an exercise in itself. It's like just like if you want to build muscle, after like a serious illness, how you you have to like work hard on your body. Similarly, when something like this happens to you, you are actually broken. You are broken. You need to be repaired. You need to take time to repair yourself. So you have to give yourself that amount of time and that amount of effort, that amount of resources. You cannot suppress it, keep it inside you, and say that, oh, it will pass. It doesn't pass. It doesn't pass like that. If you need therapy for it, if something like this has happened, open up about it. If not to your family members, if not to society, please find a right therapist, and talk to that therapist. My mother is a therapist, but I could not talk to my mother about it. um, I had to find another therapist for it. And now I have done masters in psychology, and I am planning and preparing myself to become a therapist myself. And the reason why I want to become a therapist is because I saw how my therapist helped me. If she wasn't there, I don't think I would be the kind of person I am today. That is how much therapy has helped me. And the same goes for antidepressants. I have been on antidepressants for more than 7 years now, I think. And you know I I I'm going to continue having medicines all my life, antidepressants all my life. And I don't think it's bad. I think it has only made my life better, antidepressants. So having antidepressants or going for therapy or meditating every day, it doesn't make you less or weak. It actually makes you stronger because you know how to overcome your issues. You learn how to overcome your issues. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Vishwa, for coming. And with this, we come to the end of Sahi Baat episode 3.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. All right. Bye bye.